We've had a great time here in Arizona. The guys have enjoyed the hotel. They have enjoyed the things that they've got to do. But we've also been here on a job to do, and that's get ready to play this ball game. We're playing a very tough opponent in Nevada, who, the first thing that comes to mind, and I know we'll talk about it here in a minute, for me is, I coach a lot on the offense. I call the offensive side of the football, but those two defensive ends, Sayal and Jones, they are a real force. It's something that we're going to have to do a good job tomorrow if we want to move the ball offensively. Defensively, when you look at these guys, you think about the two running backs. Have rushed for over 1,000 yards, and they've got two big receivers on the outside, where if you put too many guys in the box, you got to win the one-on-one matchups outside. So it's going to be a tough task. We know that. They're a tough opponent. Yes, they're in our conference. These two guys to my right and left have played Nevada. I haven't played Nevada before, so I'm excited about playing Nevada, and I know they are too. It's a little bit different. I think the first time since non-BCS since the 1970s where you played an in-conference opponent for a bowl game. But it's a chance for us to play one more game. It's a chance for us to finish strong this year and start strong going into the new year. I'll turn it over to Kivon first, since he's the elder statesman up here. He's been in our program for, I think, 8 years. But let him talk a little bit about his experiences. Kivon?
Thanks everybody. The whole bowl experience, like Coach Bobo said, it's been great. It's been a high class experience. When me and the other guys got off the plane, there was somebody there to greet us and help us with our bags, and there's a lot of people, a lot of fans. So it's been great. It's been a wonderful experience. Last night we went out, we had a lot of fun, and like Coach Bobo said, as of now, it's focus mode. And when we first got in, we had to focus on our practices, but then we had some downtime. But now, everybody's really honing into the game plan, and we're just focused on the game. And, being a senior, being here for 8 years or, however long it's been, it's been a blessing to be a part of this program, be a part of the great people, from staff all the way to the players. And, just to be here from when I first came in, where the program was and to where it's at now. And I'm just excited for the future and where we're going in the next few years. So, it's really been a blessing.
I think we were 3-5 then. I believe we were 3-5. We were 2-4. Then we beat Air Force 3-4. We played San Diego State, who's obviously a great football team. They beat everybody in this league, and won their bowl game handily. And we had them at home, and we just didn't play the way that I thought we should play as a Colorado State football team. The way that we'd been practicing, the way that we had been working. It was not coming to fruition on the football field. And we had our normal 4 turnovers that game. Every game we were having about 4 turnovers, but we were making mistakes. And that Monday, we just had a meeting. And usually I don't have a meeting on Monday other than to talk about the game and what we're going to move forward, what's kind of going to be the message this week. But this Monday I got to put a bunch of clips up there. Of offense, of defense, of special teams, and talked about things that were getting done and weren't getting done. And I wanted this football team, along with guys like Kivon and Trent Matthews and KP and Steve-O and Terry Jackson and all these seniors, to have a great year, because they're one of the reasons why I'm here. But at the same time, I wanted all of them to be part of what we're trying to do moving forward into the future. And I just, that Monday, we let everybody know that it doesn't matter if you're a senior or a freshman. We're gonna get it done on the field. And if you don't do it on the field, you're not gonna play in the game. And from that point on, we kind of, we made a few more plays. I don't know if that meeting had anything to do with it, but from that point on, we have not lost a ball game. And it seems every guy's kind of saying, all right, we're going to roll up our sleeves. We're not going to win 10 like we did last year. We're not going to, each year's different, okay? But we had a choice to make going into the next week is we're either all going to be in or we're not. And I want everybody in. I want Kivon Cartwright. I want Trent Matthews. I want Kevin Pierre-Louis to go to another bowl game. I want you to finish your legacy strong, but you got to want to too. And those guys did, and they continued to carry the mantle and got all in, and I thought that was probably the turning point, if anything. But when you watch bowl games, they're kind of like first games a lot. When you watch bowl games across the country, sometimes there's those first game mistakes and first game jitters that you have, and we got to try to limit those. But we do have a veteran football team that I do think has approached the bowl practices the right way. For that practice we had on the 25th on Christmas Day, when some of our guys had to get up at 4 in the morning to fly and get here, it was probably one of the sharpest practices we had as far as retention and remembering what to do, which I was very pleased of where they were mentally. And I think we're in a good spot physically, but we'll see when we get out there how the tempo of the game and how everything's going to go.
He was explaining how blessed and how happy he was here, how happy he was to be at Colorado State, and he started to tear up. And when you see the emotional side of your coach at a very early stage, it kind of makes everybody buy in, makes everybody kind of gravitate to him. And I think that's what really got us over the hump of getting a new coaching staff and having a new coach. But once we saw him and how emotional he was, and got around all the other coaches, how bought in they already was, it kind of was a no-brainer that we was going to buy in quick.
He's lying. He's still trying to figure it out.
I ain't lying, man.
Going off of what
I think it's a big challenge. Those two backs are explosive. I had to do a talk back in Fort Collins, and the defensive graduate assistant, I said, just give me about 8 to 10 plays of their offense, and I told her GA on defense, same thing, and I put on their offense, and this was like right after we got assigned the bowl game. We were playing Nevada. I hadn't had a chance to look at them yet, and I'm like, there goes 20 for 70 yards. There goes 6 for 70 yards. It was like 6 plays in a row of big plays. And they're obviously a run-oriented offense first. So we've got to do a great job with assignment. We got to do a great job with our eyes in the right spot. As Mike was talking about, Deonte mentioned, we got to do a great job of tackling. No, I didn't have a choice to play anybody. If I would have chose, we'd have played Alabama. That's not a true report. I didn't have a choice to play anybody. I was told where we were going, and I said, yes, sir, when we leave it, and we'll be ready to go. No, not for me. We've sat down and we've visited, but that's a conversation that remained private between myself and Richard. But I believe you can ask these guys. I treat Richard like anybody else on this football team, and expect him to work just as hard. And he has. I know a lot of times it was a big point of conversation throughout the year is Richard's touches and Richard's catches. But, you're going through change. One of a new head coach, a new system, a new quarterback, new things. Things are different, and sometimes change isn't easy. Sometimes change doesn't go the way we want it as an individual. Maybe it's not the way Richard wanted. Maybe he wanted to catch 100 balls. But I think if you ask Richard, I think if you ask Kivon, I think if you ask Deonte, all we want to do is we want to work our tails off and put ourselves in a position to win the football game. We really don't care who gets the credit. And I think that's where Richard's mindset has been going into this ball game. That's his mindset going to be tomorrow during the game. It's not going to be I need to catch X number of balls to help me if I'm going to go pro or if I'm not. It's going to be do everything to help this football team win this football game. But that's part of college football. That's part. We're not the only program in America that's dealing with juniors that are deciding whether they're going to go pro. I think you got to handle it by being honest and upfront with that individual. You got to tell them what you feel. You got to tell them what the information that comes from the NFL is. That it's nothing that you have anything to do with. You can present it to them, and then and then you help them make the best decision for them. At the end of the day, the decisions are on an individual basis. It's their decision, and I want what's best for every player on our football team, every coach, what's best for them and their family. And ultimately, whatever decision that they do make, I'm still going to love them and support them. But I don't think it's been a distraction at all. He's worked hard, he's been into it, and I expect him to play well tomorrow. To be honest, I haven't reflected back yet, and I'm kind of treating this game like I have any other football game, and that's going to work, preparing just like we would. And I don't, it is a bowl game, and it is a little bit different for the players. But like I told our coaches in our first staff meeting here, you need to tell your wives, you need to tell your children, we got a job to do, and we're going to be here to work. I want our kids to have a good time. I want your wives to have a good time. I want your own children to have a good time. But our job is to make sure our guys are ready to play. We got to prepare that way. That's kind of been my focus. Now, I'm sure after this season, and I'll reflect back on the season and reflect back on what we accomplished this year and, how we can move forward at going into next year. Now, I said it earlier, though. I've been talking about finishing strong at the latter part of all year with these guys. And we do want to finish strong. But a bowl game is also about starting strong for the new year. It's Kivon passing the mantle to Deonte. So we'll be talking about some of those things. And, I can't say this, if I reflect back on anything, there hasn't been one day where I've woken up and said, what am I doing at Colorado State? I've enjoyed every minute of it, through the good and the bad times. I think that's what makes us stronger. And we're going to continue to have, great times ahead here at Colorado State. There'll be some times and some adversity that we got to fight through, but that's part of it. That's part of this great game of football. That's part of when you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds. That's what makes it special. And what makes it special is when you can figure it out and they accomplish something together. And we got a chance to accomplish something. We got a chance to finish with 8 wins. We got a chance to win 5 in a row, 6 out of 7. We got a chance to be bowl champs. And these seniors got a chance to leave a legacy that had been done a lot at Colorado State, going to 3 straight bowls, winning 2 out of 3. And it's something I know they're working hard for, and I know it's something Deonte and these other guys want to help continue.
It'll be the last time. We were talking about this earlier in our team meeting, the last time that this team will be together. And these are guys that I've built relationships with and bonds with for years, and this is the last time that this group will be together on the field, so it definitely will be emotional.